It's getting late. I'm getting old. And everything seems to be getting worse. And the reason why I say this is because I made a mistake. I was supposed to pick this movie time. I looked at the movie time. I asked the kid if she wanted to watch it at 7 p.m. or 10 p.m. I didn't realize it was the wrong damn movie.
Technically, it's the right movie. It's just in the wrong theater.
It's just not focused. Or it's just, why did it have to be so many options? Why did it have to be so many choices and selections? Why couldn't it just be a movie?
Look who showed up.
But, yeah, of course.
Hey, Maxie Poo.
But, my mom dropped the bomb on us today that apparently she wants to drive for Uber.
And as her children, well, daughter-in-law and son, the first thought was, no.
No.
My first thought was, no.
No. Which I think everything's listening. Everything's listening, but this was presented to me today without me searching for it. It was just provided.
And that's not random at all.
A driver made over $110,000 from Uber and Lyft last year, but only took home $14,000 after 6 years on the job. He's working toward a degree and a new career because it ain't worth it.
No. I wasn't even thinking of it from a money standpoint. I was thinking of it from a safety standpoint. As an older female.
We'll go ahead and dive right into that, okay? Because to me, obviously the videos exist. The videos are out there. The dash cam footage, the stories, the police reports, and just like a lot of other things, maybe it's blown out of proportion. Maybe it's one story that gets told so many times that it seems like it's a widespread, massive problem. But I wouldn't want to necessarily stick my head inside of the lion's den if I don't have to.
Exactly.
Well, the people who before you did it, the lion didn't bite them. Well, you know how the lion definitely won't bite you?
If you don't ever go anywhere near it.
But, you know, it's like as we get older, we change. And, all right, let's use Miley Cyrus for an example. What's the song that I like?
Not Flowers, but the new one. The one about she was young. I don't know the name of it. You say I was whatever.
I was young or something?
But yeah.
Was that the name of it?
Yeah, something young. I don't know what it's called, but it's the song basically where she's saying, you know, you said I was this, and this.
Used to be young.
But I used to be young. Like, of course, I did dumber things when I was young, but now I'm older. Let me grow, let me live, let me be who I am now instead of always holding over me what I was.
I don't want to get a copyright strike. I'll read the lyrics.
You should sing them. Way more fun. Pretend this is karaoke.
Oh, man.
Or do it in like a club style. Like, what are those things called? And at the end where we're just like, you got to snap it out.
Spoken word.
Yes.
But it says, you tell me time has changed me. That's fine. I had a good run. I know I used to be crazy. That's because I used to be young. But essentially, like, it's a song about growing up and life changing you. But it's like, you know, so my mom is still growing and life is still changing her, especially being a caregiver. And the only child of her siblings that has to do all the work with her mom.
Yeah.
But I don't know why she wants to do Uber. Because some people just want something to do.
Some people like having somebody to talk to, and technically it would give her the feeling of still taking care of someone. She's getting someone from a point A to a point B that they couldn't have gotten to without her. Somebody who's been drinking, somebody who needs to get to work, somebody who's in labor, somebody who needs help getting to the grocery store and back, things like that. It's still, your mom has a very caregiver nature. She wants to take care of people and help people, and that's a way that she could do it, but would also benefit her financially and give her the ability to talk to people.
If she could set her rides to be like, I'm only going to pick up people over the age of 70.
Well, that's what I was saying before, right? And only from this hour to this hour.
It doesn't work that way, okay?
No.
Just like you could be picked up by somebody and you're like, you're not the car or the person I expected. Mm-hmm. You could pick somebody up and be like, you're not the ride and fare that I expected. Mm-hmm. And, my mom, love her to death. But there's a lot, like...
She's very trusting.
The survival skills of growing up in New York have faded away.
I'm going to say worn off.
By being... by moving to Georgia.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying we moved to Atlanta. We moved to Georgia.
And then she had two sons to take care of her and keep her safe and stuff. And now... one of them is in a completely different state, and the other one has his family and everything else. So it's a little bit different.
And now her mom is in care.
Yeah.
So she's there by herself. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have a dog.
Yeah.
Anymore. So it's just like.
I mean, if she had if we could have a pit bull or something right around with her, then that'd be different. One that could attack on command if necessary.
You know what? I wonder if you can get away with that. It's my
service.
It's
dog?
my service dog.
Uh huh. But then I think you'd have to put it on your profile because people who are allergic to dogs or scared of dogs wouldn't want to take you a ride. But I would say probably not. I can guarantee the answer is no because that's too much of a risk or a liability.
They could be allergic to dogs all they want.
What if the
dog rides in the car, they get in the car, the dog's not there, they're still allergic. It's still going to cause them to have the allergies.
I'm not even thinking about that now. I'm just thinking about the possibility of a dog bite. I don't think Uber or Lyft would allow it. I could be completely wrong though.
Or you could just outfit your vehicle to have the plexiglass between the front and the back.
I mean, if we could make her car look like something out of Batman, where she is perfectly safe from any flying bullets, knives, or hands, that would be different. I'm Batman. That'd be totally different.
So what I'm going to do is...
There's nothing wrong with Uber or Lyft. For people who drive for Uber and Lyft, that's great. Unfortunately, it's a different scenario when it's your parent you're talking about, or maybe even your spouse or your sibling or your kid. If it was
your parent and your parent was,
40. It's different.
Your parent was a trained UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Go out there.
Go for it. Yeah. But if your parent is a really nice lady who's very trusting.
The world's jacked up, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put her channel in the description or the pinned comment. And do me a favor and just go over there.
And show her a little bit of love.
Yeah, show her some love.
You know what I was thinking though?
Subscribe to the channel.
It would be cool if she did
Drop
Uber
a comment,
and live stream the whole Uber thing.
Thought about Uber. I guess you'd have to divulge that. You have to get their consent.
Yeah.
Which, interestingly enough,
I was thinking of Taxi Cab Confessions and all those taxi cab shows that used to come on.
I found out that if it's a consenting state, only one party has to consent. So if you're in public and you want to record a conversation, you say, I consent to recording this conversation, and then you can record you.
You have to think dash cams are a thing, and it records everything inside the car and outside the car for these things, for Ubers and Lyfts anyway. A lot of them have dash cams to keep themselves safe. The people in the back don't have to consent to that.
Also, I think that the reasonable expectation of privacy in someone else's vehicle is
gone. Yeah, it is.
It's not like they got your car and recorded you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, over the last day, 2, 3, I've really begun to see and realize just how awful people can be. But granted, they're hiding behind their aluminum shields. Mm-hmm.
That way, this way.
It's amazing how just nasty people are. And I don't get it.
Because they know there's no repercussion. There's no physical repercussion. There's a difference. I think people are more likely to say really dumb stuff knowing that they can get in trouble online or get deleted or whatever else. But when there's the physical aspect of the possibility of a physical retribution or whatever the right word is, I think people aren't nearly the same, because in face to face, nobody would say some of the things that we see in these videos because they probably want to keep their head attached to their bodies. So they don't do that. So instead, they go on a computer screen and they say whatever they want to say.
You're right. Because I got to say it, like, some people are going to get bent out of shape, and just like they get bent, people could potentially get bent out of shape about my divorce video earlier today, where I call out the obvious. A typical, stereotypical, common occurrence, which I told you about today, and you were like, yeah, I agree with that. But we've seen this happen before. We've heard about this happening before. It's like, oh, this is the guy who got picked on growing up. What did he end up doing? He became a cop. Why? Because now he can legally pick on other people.
Or there's also the ones who became a cop so he could stop the people from getting picked on. There is both. I don't want to say that it's just...
But we've seen this, and it's like, well, I've always been bullied. I've always been picked on. I've been an introvert. My parents didn't love me. I get it. Look, I understand. So what am I going to do? I'm going to spend my time ruining other people's lives, random strangers. I'm going to try to ruin their lives because I feel as though my life is ruined too. And those people can get in the backseat of your Uber.
Yeah. And then
those people,
I can't say that out loud.
Are deranged. Those people are, what was that movie we watched?
I don't know, but I'm sitting here thinking how I would have a plexiglass thing and then no seatbelts, and I would check the crap out of them and just let them smash their face into the plexiglass.
What was that movie? What was that movie we watched where they took the guy's kid? It was Hugh Jackman. They took his kid.
Oh, I was thinking of the Ryan Reynolds one where they took his daughter.
Took his kid, the little RV, the van. He went and they did Thanksgiving at Terrence Howard's house.
Oh.
What movie was that?
Oh, yes. No. I remember we watched it. It was a really good movie.
What movie was that?
I don't remember the name of it.
But that stuff can happen.
Yes.
That stuff can happen. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But, it's funny because I had this rant. I was looking at my phone, and YouTube makes these suggestions and recommendations for videos because, there's this constant battle and struggle of content creation. And for the last little bit, some people have been getting bent out of shape about my content creation. And they get all worked up over a title and thumbnail. Without
ever watching a video. I mean, you literally only have to make it 30 seconds in to know exactly what's going on.
And they create these words that I've never used.
No. Yep.
To describe.
Never said it.
Me as a problem. So I was like, you know what? For fun, I'm gonna take the screenshot of what YouTube recommended, and I'm gonna put it out there and ask people what videos should I make. And it's a really silly recommendation. And I'm gonna pull it up here so I can read it.
Don't lick me, Maxie Poo.
So it says,
hi, Maxie Poo.
The options are the historic architecture in New York, I think. Easy and fast, fluffy pancake recipes. I can do that one. Best budget noise canceling headphones. How to make a paper dragon. And the psychology facts about human something or whatever.
Human keyboard warriors. Oh, I forgot to take my earrings out.
So then somebody decides to comment with maybe a video where you go out and find a real job. We have enough YouTube creators, really, though.
Which is interesting because they went to your channel to comment on that.
But, it's like, number one, people are like, well, Kevin, I thought you got fired. No, I didn't get fired. But in essence, theoretically, how could I get fired if I don't actually have a real job, according to some?
Yeah.
But I never said I got fired. I said fired with no notice. It was a story about someone who had been fired with no notice. Well, Kevin, I thought you were living in a van and you got repossessed. No, I never said that. I never said that. Well, I thought you said you just got divorced. No.
Never said that either.
No.
People like to put the I in front of everything and the you and your and it's like all you have to do.
Even in the videos, because in the past I would tell these stories and I wouldn't be explicit. So even in the videos now, I'm like, this isn't about me. This isn't about us. Mm-hmm. And people like the one we did at Buc-ee's. They're like, "You're separating?" No, we're separating the content and the channels that it's going to get.
How come people don't see movie titles get mad? It says X-Men. You don't look like X's. You look like regular man shape. I'm so mad. This is clickbait.
Regular man shape.
You're looking at regular. You don't look like an X at all.
Regular man shape.
Yeah.
But now
you said it was Deadpool. I mean, you don't look dead and you don't look like a pool. I'm so confused.
So I feel like I
also think I misspelled broccoli.
What is his name? Officer Tatum. I think I understand why their titles are the way that they are, because they've probably been down this road and realized. So, okay, well, all right. So now I gotta rethink this, because that title there, my wife thinks it's okay to date multiple men. Odds are it's not Officer Tatum's wife.
No, odds are it's not.
So usually he would say, this guy's wife, or guy's wife. Like he would.
And you never use the word my.
And this one says, black men cry racism after getting kicked out of. I don't know. I guess at the same time, you can't please everybody, right?
No. And you can only please yourself. And
no matter how great of a video you try to make, it's never going to be like, someone's going to be like, nah, I'm just going to dislike it.
Well, that's fine.
I'm just going to talk crap about it.
I think the problem is that they feel the need to comment all kinds of stuff that doesn't matter and is just awful. I see a TV show I don't like, I just change the channel. But I'm smarter than the people that are leaving these comments, clearly. So there's that.
And the other thing is, you don't get paid to leave comments.
Yeah, by the way.
But it's not a real job. But either way, it's funny because now I'm wondering what constitutes a real job. Because I would be willing to bet that some folks would consider Uber and Lyft to be more of a real job than YouTube.
Even though it's technically the exact same thing. In my opinion.
Even though it's technically not.
Not, but you know what I mean.
Because as we stand here recording this video before we go to the couch to watch a movie here instead of at the movie theater, because I completely messed that one up. As we stand here, we incur no cost.
Okay, that's true. Lyft, you're incurring a cost with gas and, maintenance and wear and tear and all that other fun stuff.
We incur no cost.
Yes.
So to make $110,000 and take home 14,
hard.
If it's a real job, so be it. But that's a terrible job to have.
Yeah.
You would make more money risking your life as a police officer, and you'd still be riding around.
Yeah, getting it.
Putting wear and tear on a government vehicle.
Yeah, government.
So this guy says he goes into his whole story here. Michael said between rent, childcare costs, and other daily expenses, his current earnings are just enough, but very unsuitable.
Unsustainable.
Oh, unsustainable. But then it's like you got to add the childcare to do the Uber. Mm-hmm. But either way, my real question would be, well, what real job should I get?
Well, what do they constitute as a real job?
That's
Is it being a CEO of a company? Is it being somebody's secretary? Is it working at McDonald's? Is it working at a gas station? Is it Uber? Is it Lyft? Is it something that pays you money? Because guess what? YouTube has monetization. And if you're making an earning or you're earning money, that's a real job. Did you cut grass as a child? That's still a real job if you're making money. Cut grass now as an adult. You have a landscaping business. That's a real job.
You know what? How about this? What if I went and got a real job?
You'd make less money, be gone all the time, work a lot more, and could easily get fired from it.
What if I got a real job and still made YouTube videos? What are you gonna say then?
They'll still find something.
What are
to
you
bitch
gonna say
about.
then?
The same people
What are
will
you gonna
still
say
find
then?
something to complain about.
I have a job.
You're like,
I'll
I
have a
need some place with
job.
a W-2. I just need to work 1 hour a week so I can tell these people
What
I
if I
have a real
have a job and still make YouTube videos? Then they can't say go get a real job.
What's funny is the people saying
Because
that
then-
are sitting at home on a computer in the middle of the workday.
'Cause
Where's their
then
real job?
I can show my W-2 and say, look, I got a real job. It pays me $200,000 a year, and I got YouTube, and it pays me more per year.
Mm-hmm.
So then what?
I got no answer for you because I don't think like they do.
I may have to try that. Interestingly enough, Solar Camper Car, who has a real job, he gets the same treatment.
He's a nurse, right?
Yeah. This comment says, you just sit in a car and record videos. You're not contributing to society. There we go. Therefore, if I had a real job, depending on what that job was, then I would get the rebuttal of I'm not contributing to society.
I mean, I think a nurse that saves lives and stuff contributes pretty nicely to society. Yeah.
So this comment had to come in from someone who was commenting on one of his videos or a section of his video, because I already knew he was a nurse.
Yeah. I mean, you see it in every single video. He talks about it. It's not a hidden fact. Again, these are just people who have nothing better to do and are hoping to get a rise out of people and hoping to make you stop what you're doing. It's probably Rumble.
Employee that works at Foot Locker contributing to society? No offense if you work at Foot Locker.
I think any job you have that keeps the economy going is contributing to society. They're selling the sneakers to the person who's working.
Then I guess a drug dealer is contributing to society too.
Well, they're contributing to the government because those are the ones who
But
get
they're
the money.
still helping to keep the economy going.
By sending people to the hospital with overdoses. Okay, there you go then.
I mean, they keep police and DEA and ATF and everybody and FBI.
All them three-letter agencies going. Yeah.
So anyway, I don't think that I'm going to rush out and go get a real job, but in consideration for my mom looking to possibly get a job, I then have to put my brain, I got to get into this mode. So again, if you would, please go check out the Anonymous Caregiver, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on any of her videos and possibly provide some thoughts and opinions and suggestions on different career paths. Or ways to occupy her time, or develop conversation. Is that which?
Yeah. Well, she hangs out with my mom all the time. Normally, it's the two of them together.
So they're gonna do.
They could Uber together.
Yeah, they're gonna be tandem.
Yeah.
Uber drivers in the same car, and your mom got that heat.
I was about to say, my mom would be the one packing heat though. So you mess with your mom, mom's gonna be like, "Hey, pew pew, you can't do that."
And in the meantime, I'm going to try to work on my focus and not mess up movie times anymore. But as far as titles and thumbnails go, I won't be changing those.
The dog just farted
What
on
in
your
the
foot.
world?
He sat down, farted on your foot, and now he's sniffing where he farted. Like, what just happened?
Max, get it together, man.